Welcome back, my darlings, my beautiful collective. So for today's Oracle Tarot combo, we're going to be using the Wild Child Oracle deck, asking our angels, ancestors, guides, beings of light, ascended masters, for our highest good and purpose. May we receive good and clear guided messages. May the messages that we receive help us to reach our highest timeline, our highest path forward, our highest version of self. And of course, as always, we hope that these messages find you well. Let's also take a moment to remind you that tarot services are available via the link in my bio, should you feel called to explore the energy that you find in a collective read, such as one of these, or if you'd simply like to explore the energy that's very specific and very unique to your own set of circumstances. You can go ahead, click on the link in my bio. It takes you to the tarot service menu that I have on Linktree. It will show you what options are available. Pick the one that best suits your needs, as well as the method of payment that's most comfortable for you. Then we can explore those energies together. I'll have one to pick up off the floor. Also, let us remind you that also link in bio, there is another button that says Instagram. That is because not only am I on Instagram, but I'm also on YouTube. If you click on that button, it will give you the option to go to either of those two platforms. I'm trying to grow my presence there as well, so I would greatly appreciate it if you don't mind. If you're enjoying the content, if you are already on those platforms anyway, any likes, follows, shares, or any interaction there, it helps the algorithm, and it also helps others to find me there. It helps me let me know, that you are liking the content, but it also gives us a way to stay connected should something happen to TikTok. As they say, we will always have Paris as a backup, right? So that being said, let's return our attention and focus back to the Oracle. I have at least one card to pick up from the ground, and we'll see where this journey takes us. I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. So there were actually two cards that were on the floor. The two that were there, it's Bloom and Root, okay? So Bloom and Root. Bloom talks about, I feel, transformation, right? I feel like all of this time you were starting to grow, right? You're in this period of expansion. And now with the Bloom card, you are ripe, ready to open up, as it were. The card for Root, I feel like you're grounded, right? This is connected to source, to your ancestors, to your spirit team, to be able to help you. And I feel like that's why you are blooming at this time. It's because of that groundedness, that connectedness between you and your guides. Also, we have shadow. I feel like perhaps you've been doing a lot of shadow work. The hands are folded in almost like a mudra or a meditative position. And so that gives the impression that you have been doing some inner work to help you with this groundedness. Currents. I feel like you have been following those currents of life, allowing spirit to take you on these different and winding paths, not knowing all the time or always where spirit will allow you to wind up. But it's about the journey, and it's about the trust, right? It's about learning along every step of the way. I feel like this has been helping you to both see and show your light. This is about understanding your truth, your authenticity, who you are at your core, and now being able to boldly show that, showcase that to the world, because we do need your light. We do need you to speak your truth. Next is Reverie. Now this is interesting because I get about two messages with this. One, I feel like it is tapping into the dreams that you have in two ways. Number one, the dreams being set as a goal and or a manifestation of something that you'd like to accomplish. But I feel like this is also spirit giving you these messages of saying, hey, this is your life's purpose and path. This is what you are to aim for. Next, we have opportunity. And I feel like spirit is about to give you this opportunity of a lifetime, this opportunity to reach for and accomplish your dreams. It requires, with the death card or the decay card, transformation, right? There are butterflies here. Butterflies are symbolic of transformation. But also we have the skeleton or the carcass here on the card. And this is about, death. But it's also about rebirth in life. Notice how while there is that image of the skeletal remains here, sorry, trigger warning, but there's also, it's teeming with life. The flowers, the butterflies, right? Greenery all around it. And as we were talking about the light, now we also have rainbow. It's about recognizing that you are a multifaceted human being. So you have so many layers, so many different takes to yourself, your personality. We're not just cookie cutter, right? You have a uniqueness that is you. And that thumbprint, that uniqueness, is what you bring to this world. No one else can formulate the same ideas that you have, or the same way, or has the same story, because you were shaped unique and different from the rest of us. We may have similar paths and or stories, but only you can add specific insights as part of your experience here. And that's what we need to remember, that diversity, right? It's more than just cookie cutter. It is because you have a unique signature to yourself. Now, the energy at the bottom of the deck is air, and there are a lot more butterflies here too. So I feel like air is representative of fast-moving energy, but it can also have ties to the element of air, which represented by the zodiac signs Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Those are all our air signs. Now, doesn't have to be sun, can be moon rising or a significant placement, but air energy is about thought, communication, and it's also a faster moving energy. So, and I feel like with this, there's transformation here because of the butterflies, but also of thought and or communication. So thought and or communication may be transforming and may be very significant here. Whew, we went through a lot. Let's now take our attention and focus over to the tarot, and let's see where today's tarot journey will take us. We are using the Vice Versa Tarot deck to take that adventure. So let's get those cards. And as they say, we're off. Let's see where today's tarot journey takes us. Angels, ancestors, guides, beings of light, ascended masters, for our highest good and purpose. May we receive good and clear guided messages. May the messages that we receive help us to reach our highest path forward, highest timeline, and our highest version of self. And of course, as always, we hope it finds us well. So let's see what we've got. Where are we going? We got a few cards here already. All right. I feel like we still have a bit more to go. Let's start there, and if we need more, we can always come back for more. So, let's do a bit more shuffle as we have been. I like it for telling the story, right? All right, interesting. So we have Two of Wands, and we also have the World card, right? Interesting. So Two of Wands and the World card. Two of Wands is the need to make a decision. It's also standing kind of like on the sidelines, trying to figure out where you want to go. I feel like it's about the compass, right? It's about gaining clarity on what your next step is going to be. So with the Ace of Wands, we make our decision that we're going to take a journey. With the Two of Wands, it's like, okay, well, we know we need to take a journey. where are we pointing to? What direction are we heading? We're taking those initial steps. So it is about taking those initial steps on the journey, but it's also it's about making a decision. Now, coming out with the World card, this talks about attainment, this talks about achievement, this talks about success. So I feel like the journey is planned, is what I'm getting right now. And Two of Pentacles, I feel like there is planning right now, that balance needs to be restored. So this is the energy that we're in. There was planning. The planning phase is complete. The Two of Pentacles, they're ready to go ahead and restore balance here. The Chariot, this is forward movement, okay? As my friend Kelly would say, the Emperor drives the chariot. Now, this chariot, they're also holding the caduceus. So that is an indication of like health and recuperation. It is a symbol of like our modern day medicine, right? And so what I feel is that they want this energy, okay, is moving towards healing. They're wanting to heal something. But, okay, so that was also a symbol for Mercury, if I'm not mistaken. And Mercury was also the god of messengers, right? Hermes, I think, in Greek, but also Mercury is communication. So maybe there is communication and or healing coming your way too. The Hanged Man. This is about seeing things differently. This is about getting a new take on something, right? In a way, it's analysis, but it's trying to look at things from the other side. It's trying to see beyond one's current state of circumstances and trying to really trying to understand. It's a place of understanding. Then we have the Moon card, okay? I feel like what is being analyzed right now is emotions and things that are hidden, things that have been kept hidden. I feel like there is also a bit of acceptance here. Someone is moving towards acceptance. Someone has been doing the healing work. Someone is moving towards acceptance. Someone is trying to understand their emotions about whatever this situation is. And Three of Cups. I feel like it is two things. It is a third-party situation. I feel like there are three people in whatever relation or connection this is. It's trying to understand, how did they get here? How did the parties of this connection get here? And with the Two of Cups, it's about two things with that. Both understanding the relationship with self, but also with the person that they truly desire. See, I feel like in the third party connection, or in this three people, threesome perhaps, you know, I feel like there is an energy here that doesn't belong. That's with the third party. And I feel like that has been the case throughout this relationship. Like, at least one or more of the parties knew that one of them was a third wheel. But they didn't know how just to come down to the two. But I feel like there's been a bit of introspection here. And also with the Seven of Swords coming out as well, there's been also a bit of planning on how to accomplish this reduction, rather, right? This slimming down, as it were, narrowing down. Funny we should say that, because this is very interesting imagery here. We're just talking about the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups. And notice how in this card, okay, as they had that careful planning with the Seven of Swords, now you have Five of Cups. Three of those cups are knocked over, but there are two in the background. So I feel like what this is saying here is that one of the parties, I guess the one who's giving thought to all of this, because I feel like a lot of this is happening in the head of one of the parties. The person whose energy we're reading, right? In their analysis, they realize that this threesome, or these Three of Cups, no longer work. That's why there are three cups knocked over. they know that they have to come down to just two. And so that's why those two cups are in the background. It's really focusing in on the relationship that they want versus what they have, which isn't working here. And with the Knight of Swords, I feel like there is truth and or clarity coming forward here. Not only is there truth or clarity coming forward, but there is going to be this movement of expression of truth. Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. No longer wanting to feel this burden with the Ten of Wands here. Four of Pentacles is about holding on or holding back, about not being honest, about masking one's feelings and or desires. And I feel like it's this transitioning now to the Three of Pentacles energy, one of collaboration. Interesting on this card, specific with this deck, the cards have double-sided rather, have images on both sides. And on one of the sides, there's a flower indicating love, right? So this could very well be a case of friendship that turns to love. The Death card, okay? So this is major transformation energy. This is death and rebirth. It comes right underneath the Hanged Man. So I feel like with the Hanged Man, there was a period of consideration here. And now that this person has come to terms with it, now they're ready to make that transition forward. I feel like with the Knight of Wands, they're ready to chase what they are passionate about. No longer wanting to be the people pleaser and always asking, well, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? It's now going to be about what this person wants. And that's what it should be. We have one life to live. And it's not about being narcissistic, but it's truly coming down to, this is my life. How can I make myself the happiest? And then how can I share that happiness and joy with others? But you first have to work on yourself, because if you're miserable, what are you going to spread to the rest of the world? Well, you only have the capability to share what you have. So if all you have is misery, guess what you're going to share? If you can have peace, joy, and love, then you have the capability of distributing that out into the world as well. But it first starts with you. What do you hold in your heart? Eight of Wands. This is fast-moving energy. This is communication. This is manifestations on their way. What is being manifested? Well, this is all pointing towards a Queen of Wands energy. So I feel like the manifestations are either emanating from or heading towards a Queen of Wands energy, as well as communication, right? So someone's got business with the Queen of Wands. Wants to have some business with the Queen of Wands too, by the way. Spicy energy for sure. The Hierophant, number 5 in the major arcana. This is about taking things to the next level. This is about establishing a connection, but not only establishing a connection, but really taking it to that next step, offering commitment, going up to that next higher level, a higher level or purpose. But in as much as it means that they want to take the relationship to a higher level of purpose, I feel like this is also about spiritual growth and or evolution for both of these parties. Because I feel like this relationship, this connection, is divinely guided and or orchestrated. Not just that, but I feel like in coming into union with each other, they are going to raise each other up to their highest levels and frequencies. Because this is a true partnership. One that is built on honor, love, trust, commitment, loyalty, but also committed to helping each other truly rise to the best possible versions of one another. This is the Page of Wands. So this is, and I often say it's the image of unlimited, untapped potential here. The Page of Wands is a spark of creativity. It is a spark of desire and or passion, right? But in as much as it is that, because the wands represent passion and the pages represent immature and or the rawest form. So this is just pure unbridled passion, desire, creativity here. It is the beginnings of curiosity and wonder of what is and what can be. So this is the energy that surrounds this connection that's forming. It is going to require a leap of faith here with the Fool card to have success. But I also see a Queen of Cups energy, feminine. Water sign energy doesn't have to be sun, it could be moon or rising. We're talking about Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And I also see the Ace of Wands, spark, desire, love. So I feel like someone wants to have success in love. And they're ready for this new beginning to take place. This new beginning is going to take place because they have truly found the one. This represents the Empress, the Queen of all queens. This is the one that checks off all of the boxes for this masculine energy. Or energy, not gender. Remember, you can be a different gender than the energy you embody. What is going to need to happen now is release. Release any worries, any doubts, any fears, any pain from the past. None of that has a place in this new connection. By letting go, by surrendering, by finally releasing all of this, you will receive 10 of Cups, total emotional fulfillment. Someone is tired of being left out in the cold. They're tired of feeling like they're not good enough, like they're just scraping by life, like their life has no direction, no meaning, no purpose, right? They're tired of feeling unsupported, of never reaching their full potential. They know that happiness exists in this connection. If they would but allow it, then they can rise to their highest level and form. By finally finding the courage to move forward, finding what is going to make them happy, it will throw them into this King of Cups energy, masculine. Doesn't have to be water sign, can be sun, moon, or rising. We're talking about, again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This masculine energy is going to be able to fill his cup. That cup has been bone dry for years. If we're being honest, for a very long time. But what's interesting is there's enough here to keep that divine masculine and divine feminine's cup filled for their lifetime. Total emotional fulfillment. Keep in mind, we have the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Empress here. So this is a divine pairing, and this relationship is built fully on love. With the Eight of Pentacles, it is going to take work, but in that it will take work, it will also work out if both parties decide that they are equally going to share the burdens of this connection. It will work. You just have to allow it. So stop trying to force it to work and allow things to come together the way that Spirit is saying that it will. And the energy at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. It's about the mental prison that this person who's having these thoughts, this is what plays out each and every day in their mind. The past of not giving this divine feminine a chance, of putting someone else above her, okay? Of realizing that the relationship that they're in right now, it just simply isn't working. It's not enough. It's not fulfilling. Recognizing that they can have it all with this divine feminine because the divine is pushing them into this connection together. It's meant to be. So stop fighting, stop resisting, and just allow the connection to come into being. What's interesting, I wanted to take a look at the back of the Eight of Swords. I felt like it was very important. Do you see the eagle there? Eagles represent truth and also freedom, right? I say truth, but they represent freedom. The reason why I'm pulling up truth is because in many of the decks that I have too, the birds can be a sign of truth and thought or communication. All right? So if the bird represents thought and communication, as the swords do, right? But this is a paradox because this is bound And this is free. I feel like they are more free than what they realize, or they will free themselves when they realize that all they need to do in order to do that is just change their mind, to be open. One more thing. I want to say that the eagle is also symbolic too of Scorpio energy. I believe one of the images, one of the decans of Scorpio is the eagle. It's transformation, right? And so it very much ties in to this message, because this message is one of transformation. So I hope you've enjoyed the story time. We are sending you peace, love, and light for all that your soul can contain. May your manifestations burn bigger and brighter than you can ask or imagine, and may they come in much sooner than you expect. Until next time.